Well, the last 3 months has been a personal and professional roller coaster. My business has grown significantly. I've handed over the reins as CEO and stepped up to be a chairman. I've got a big update for you. So I want to hand over the keys to the castle to you and appoint you as CEO. Take the Aston, thank you very much. But my personal life has had the biggest change though. Stacey and I have, over the last 3 months, have really been put to the test in terms of our relationship for the better, and I couldn't be more pleased to announce that Stacey's pregnant and I'm going to be a father. I have some big news. I'm going to be a dad. Stacey's pregnant, bro. Yes. So I'm going to be sharing a little bit behind the scenes today of parenthood, and we've got a nice little trip planned too. What are you most excited about?
Being a mom, of course, like it's a new journey for me.
But you always wanted to be a mom. On our first date, when I met Stacey,
I asked if you had any baby mamas first.
the answer was no. None has popped up. But straight away, Stacey was like, I want to get married and have children. And if you don't want the same, then I'm out of here. I respected that.
I'm excited. I know I'm going to love being a mom.
That's all you wanted to be.
Yeah.
Housewife and a mum.
It's just so good for me. I'm excited.
So we finished doing our little shoot. I think she used to be the model.
You make me laugh so much.
Yeah? That's how you get the baddies, lads. And make them laugh, you gotta make them, I won't mention that part, and provide. Those are the three things. You do that, loyalty guaranteed.
Yeah, I'm excited about Oman. I've never been.
Overwhelming amount of change happening in my life. My business has also hit like the record month. So much great things happening, and then yet again there's massive loss in my life as well. But the news this morning, I just found out that my granddad passed away, and it's a very interesting like feeling in terms of I just want to share and be honest. I was planning to document the weekend, and I'm still going to do so, because like this is the real side of life, and like entrepreneurship, it's not all luxury and supercars. There's shit happens along the way as well. He was a very proud guy. He didn't speak about emotions too much, which I think is typical northern Newcastle man. I think as men we suppress a lot of stuff so we can achieve things and get on with things, and I think sometimes that's very useful, but I think there's a point of diminishing return. So my girlfriend Stacey, she's from Kenya, so she's black, and he was actually one of the first guys in Newcastle to ever date a black girl back in the day. Then when I brought Stacey home for the first time, he was like, wow! Bit of a different celebration over the weekend, a little bit more low-key, and just spending good time with good people, and I'm fortunate to do so. So I'll bring you on the journey. Let's go. It is my 30th birthday weekend, and I am going to Oman in not 4 seasons, 6 senses, with my wife, my best friend and business partner, and his girlfriend as well. There he is. Here's Amy. She crashes the car sometimes, but then blames it on the curbs. I'm going to show you some of the essentials. Number 1, even though Dubai is the home of oud, I still buy the Louis Vuitton Ombre Namad. Deodorant that doesn't kill you. Moroccan oil for my new mane. And then as many gym clothes as possible, because I always run out of gym clothes when I go somewhere. For the first time ever, Stacey is ready first. Are you proud?
I'm very proud. Are you proud of me?
I'm proud.
Thank you. Baby Ocean at 10 weeks, 6 days.
How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm so happy.
You think it's a boy or a girl?
I think it's a boy.
I think it's a girl. And you know why I think it's a girl? Because Stacey thinks it's a boy and I think she's wrong. Don't we? We already have a baby girl. We'll be getting on our way to Oman. Where we're heading is about 2 hours outside of Dubai. So we're going to share more about the pregnancy and our parenthood. We've already made some fundamental mistakes of booking too many trips over summer. Now, a doctor told us yesterday not to book that many flights, so now we're having to reorganize some of our summer plans, but a small price to pay for a beautiful
baby.
Baba.
And I couldn't see I was cheating on me.
from a personal side, I always say to Jacob, my business partner, and my wife, like it's likely that as we go through life, we're gonna have to be there for when we lose our loved ones, our parents. There's challenges gonna happen in the business. And yeah, one happened this morning, and just memories of my granddad. He was kind of a very stoic guy. Oh, nice. Nice own private pool.
So this is the 6 Senses. Very healthy, very organic. You can walk barefoot everywhere. It's actually very cool.
Is it? Oh yeah.
He's not very cultured.
We're calling him Abdullah for the rest of the weekend. What's the name? Big Geordie. First trimester of pregnancy. Not for the faint-hearted.
I was laughing at myself this morning because when you're a kid, you think people who are 30 have everything worked out. And also when you start a business, you think, man, like every business owner who's making money has everything worked out. Someone who's just turned 30 and has grown a fairly large business, let me tell you, that's just not the case. But what experience and financial and business success has enabled is much more freedom, right? And I think that's been very important for me just from a headspace perspective, because it's super easy for people who like have money or people who are lying to say money doesn't buy happiness. When we were trying to grow our business to $1 million a month, you'd meet some people who hadn't made it to $1 million a month. They'd always say, oh, I don't even want to get to $1 million a month. But what I found the majority of the time is that was just a coping mechanism by them because they didn't know how to do it. It's very important, these beliefs that you have in yourself, that you don't put self-limitation on yourself because of insecurities. The top 0.01%, they're not putting in 3 million times the effort of the people who never made it. But that extra bit of effort at the top goes so much further.
It's beautiful, yeah. The piece is amazing. I suppose what it's like moving from living in a city. Apparently there's stars in the sky tonight. It's been a while since I've seen them living in Dubai. My wife is in bed, sleeping. Stacey's in her first trimester, and I think this is where sickness is the worst, but she just hasn't been herself, man. It's so hard to see. Best and most important job in the world is being a mum and a father, in my opinion. Building business is great, but I just don't get how people wouldn't want to do that and bring life into the world.
When I was in London, Stacey and I joined a members club, and I met a crazy guy there called Luke. At the time, he was figuring out what he wanted to do. He was trying to like sell different vans and things like that. And I was like, bro, just like focus on making your first 10k per month. And he just sent me this message in our community. He said his first 20k per month. He's only been doing it a few months. I'm super happy for him, and I have some news for him as well. So I'm going to give him a call, find out a little bit more details about the deal, and share a little bit of an update that I have from my side.
How are you?
Congratulations, brother. 20k a month, bro. Cooking, bro. Well done. You do the right things will happen, brother. Got some news for you as well, bro. Stacey's pregnant, bro.
Yes!
Hey!
Yes!
Little Geordie's running around.
So we've arrived in the gym. The hotel gym.
The hotel gym.
Which is the most typical hotel gym.
What the fuck are these machines? Rich people really fuck up gyms, man. What the fuck is this for squatting? What are those? Whoa. Gym, not the best. Banter, probably worse. But we're gonna have a good session anyways. We're all very tired and we had a good day. Movie, waves clashing, good people. Signing off for tonight. See you tomorrow. All the biohackers say, don't wake up and check your phone. Oh my god, that is so hard to do when you run a business. The first thing you want to do when you wake up, after saying good morning to the wife. But I went off for breakfast. Jacob had a rough night's sleep. Stacey's chilling, she's getting room service, so I'm going to take some time to reflect and yeah, spend some time thinking about personal stuff and the family. This little baby's been in bed all weekend, but now she's found the energy for a photo shoot. Priorities. Do you want to tell them how it happened?
Just on my birthday.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Best birthday ever.
Good old days.
How do you
had
feel
better
about becoming a
birthdays.
mum?
I'm excited. I'm scared.
What are you scared about?
If we're gonna do it right,
Well, parenthood.
Yeah.
We're going to mess up a lot. Tips in the comments for #1 tip of parenthood for the first 5 years. We would love to know, because our goal is to give our kids less trauma than our parents give us. Sorry, Mum, Dad, if you're watching this.
my mom was perfect.
I'm just joking.
Remind myself that love don't come from other people. Oh, they don't feel my songs, I ain't been feeling this rap shit either. And that just
Okay, so my wife has just bumped into another Kenyan woman, and immediately they just started like cuddling each other because like they felt connected. Whereas imagine that in the UK. If you were like, oh, I'm from the UK, you'd be like, fuck off you. You wouldn't be cuddling them.
I've always wanted to be a mom. On our first date, I did ask him if he wanted to have kids.
That was a
I was
deal breaker.
modeling and I still knew I wanted to be a mom.
At the time, I did want to have kids, but I could never see myself having kids in the UK in the situation that I was in. It was very interesting. I thought that I needed to be way more successful before I was ready to have a family. I'm super pleased that for the last few years, I did dial in to build the situation so we can have... You don't need money, but my God, it makes it a hell of a lot easier.
Jordan ticks all the boxes. You're so loving with the dogs. You're so loving with me. You provide the security around is everything I dreamed of.
Thank you. That was a fear of mine, not being able to fully provide, and I suppose that's probably why I've worked hard over the last 10 years, took quote-unquote risks to get this situation. It's definitely my baby, size of that head.
Skinny.
And there's the face.
So we're back from an incredible weekend in Oman, and we're topping it off in Cloud 22, which is a sky pool in the Royal Atlantis. This was like the first proper luxury hotel that we stayed in together when we come to Dubai. We'll be sharing much more of the pregnancy journey in our European summer.
It's coming up.
Love and respect. See you in the next one.